welcome my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and crosswatchers. Welcome to our timeless true love timeline reading. I am your reader, Pisces Moon, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're just my initials. I'm not bad. It's just spelled that way. I am, however, a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch, and Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version of Words of Grace, and if you like, you can click a link in the description box. Ooh, having trouble talking today, Mercury's retrograde. And you can preview the opening part of the book, including the table of contents. You'll see the majority of the book is broken up into chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading. May be helpful, but the original version, Kindle's nice, it's pretty, it's very IKEA, but the original one, the original PDF, that's available on Patreon, and that is a visual feast, a Fellini Film Fest of chakra spectrum of color. Spell Ingredients is over there too in our digital shop. You can shop without even being a subscriber. Patreon's really cool. I love it so very, very, very much. Some of my subscribers even get those books as part of their benefit package, but all of my subscribers across the board get 3 benefits in common. A daily check-in when I send them, an unlisted YouTube live stream link so we can chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. And it really is the best way for me to start the day after coffee, obviously. Considering what I do for a living and that I'm moving to Saratoga Springs in the next 30 days or so, so that's going to be really helpful for me. The second benefit they get is all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They're all relationship based, all of it, twin flame, soulmate, true love, all of that. In fact, Path of True Love reads with extendeds, they get all of those as well, and this is sort of a companion reading, a simpler version to support the journey of true love. The third benefit they get is an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info. And I love it. Yeah, Patreon is the best thing I've ever done in terms of my career as a professional witch. And we even have 2 7-day free trials for our first 2 levels of power. I'm talking Caroline Mace already. Our first 2 levels of subscription, Seeker and Human. So check us out for 7 days if you like. But everyone who has done a 7-day free trial has stayed a subscriber because it's really cool. And we're doing a lot of cool stuff over there. So click the link, look at the menu. There's even a video that I made for it in the description box for the 25th anniversary of the company. So come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. You can just call me Mal. Hi, I'm in a really good mood. Literally doing this the day after the full moon in Pisces at the end of August 2023. So I am ready to rock and roll. So let's do a little explanation for our new fishy family, our mer people and their crosswatchers, and then we'll get to the divination. So, what is the true love timeline? Imagine someone making the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions that they make in their relationships. The path of true love is our hero's journey, our healing journey, our spiritual awakening, our ascension path, whatever you want to call it, through the very many relationships in our lives, all different types and shapes and sizes, reason, season, or lifetime, because we are the common denominator in all of our relationships. As we heal, we shift to a healthier timeline, what I call a true love timeline, the truth of the third eye and the love of the heart, right? True love, choice by choice, throat chakra by throat chakra, choice, decision, willpower, and all of that. We're only doing 7 cards. We're going to get, like I said, chakras. We're going to get 3 Daughters of the Moon tarot for the heart, third eye, and crown, the internal stuff, the world behind your eyes, stuff you don't necessarily share, particularly if you're a Pisces like me, Pisces Moon. Then we will get 3 mythic tarot for the lower 3 chakras, relationships in the physical world, including our relationship to ourselves, who we want to be and who we don't want to be in this lifetime in our relationships. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra. to help bring it all together, a little something to focus on. And that's why my readings are totally open to cross-watchers, because here's an opportunity for them to get some insight, understanding, sympathy, and empathy for the fishy family of ours that they are cross-watching for, because then they will be shifting to a more golden, true love timeline rather than a leaded false love trial. Let's face it, we've done a lot of that, right? But it's up to us. It's all our free will. So I think that's about it. I think that's the explanation. Let's get into the divination that happens in the still point. I love finding the still point because it's always here. I just got to tune myself to it. So both feet on the floor if you can. Bam. Focus on your breath if you will. Boom. And I will do my best to help anybody traverse the true love timeline, making wiser, most loving, more empowering decisions, because as each one of us does that, we move this whole planet to a more golden true love timeline. Ain't it worth it? I think so. It gives larger context to relationships, I'll tell you that much. So let's do this. Let's get into the still point and dive in. Pisces is always the last in the series, and they always save the best for last. So let's see what happens. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. Here we go. As I call upon my goddesses of water, the sign of Pisces, powers of the West, please, beloved goddesses of mutable, beautiful, beautiful water. Beautiful, mutable water. It's hard to say. Please, 3 cards face down. Simple timeline, past, present, future. For the Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, us Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and our cross watchers. What do they need? What do we need? Heart, third eye, crown, past, present, and future in the true love timeline. Where have we been in the true love timeline? Internal, yin-ternal, feminine energy, heart, third eye, crown, dynamic in this timeless true love read. Where are we now? The point of power is always in the present moment. This is really the more important of the 3. What do we need to be aware of? What do we need to deal with? Internal, heart, third eye, crown, dynamic in this true love read. And where are we headed if we make the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions in our relationships as indicated in this timeless true love timeline read? We're going to get the 3 lower chakras on the table face down as well, and then I'll flip them over past, present, and future. Please take a nice deep breath. Nice work if you can get it. Still point. My gods override. As I call upon my gods of water, the sign of Pisces and powers of the West, please, beloved gods of beautiful, immutable water. What do we need? What's going on for the Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers in the true love timeline? Where have we been? Lower 3 chakras. Where are we now? Lower 3 chakras. There you are. And where are we headed if we make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions as we can in our relationships in this timeless true love timeline read? Let's see. Oh, well, where have you been? We've been thinking a lot, obviously. Got a lot of air starting off here. Let's start on the inside. 2 court cards on the inner. The Aquarius card. Ixchel, I believe is how you pronounce it. South American goddess, also known as Jaguar Woman. This is her as Eagle Woman. Aquarius, fixed air. Now, when it's a court card in general, I'm not so down with it always being somebody's Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. Who knows? A lot of people don't know all that stuff. But certainly we're talking about an 11th house dynamic here. Aquarius, fixed air, like the stratosphere. Like if you were to fly high on an eagle with a pair of scissors, right? Seeing what needs to stay. Maybe a little bit head over heart there. In the past there, but certainly, humanitarianism, right? Friendly, like Aquarians are ruled by Uranus, so, keep that in mind. So the rebel, as well as definitely the humanitarian, egalitarian, right? Hands across America, link pinks, we are the world, we are the children. And we've got the King of Swords. So this is the Crown of Blades, which would be the Queen of Swords in traditional tarot. This is the King of Swords, the Libra card, cardinal heir. This could be somebody in the past, may or may not be a Libra, only you can know that. This is why I like private reads, because we figure out who that is, PDQ. But certainly it speaks of one-on-one relationships, 7th house dynamic, right? Partnerships, marriage, legal issues, but fairness, right? So I could feel that, like, definitely for a Pisces, let's get up really, really high in our energy, right? Let's get really up into those upper chakras and see this from the eagle eye view, seeing a GPS POV, E-I-E-I-O, and maybe this is us from the outside looking in, being fair, weighing things out, right? Not exactly the Justice card, but we still got more cards on the table, so let's look at that. Where are we now? Oh dear, 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 dear. On the inner we have the Four of Blades, which is the Four of Swords, and I know, rest and all of that, and that is certainly indicated here. But this looks very much like the Two of Swords, except there are two swords crossed under the little hard stone bench she's sitting on there, all blindfolded and whatnot, right? Water kind of back, it could like calm down or get choppy really quick. And the key word on here is deception. Now, usually that's about us deceiving ourselves, right? It's like the two swords. She doesn't want to know those two swords are there. She blindfolded herself and stuck them under her root chakra. So, but still, I think Four of Swords pertains there in terms of the more traditional thing of meditation. And although there's a meditation card in this deck, do understand we may not be seeing clearly, particularly with the Devil card. When it's a major arcana card in a reading like this, it's usually the whole zone, lower 3 chakras. In this case, Pan. Now, I don't see Pan as the devil. One of my gods. He's my nature child god. I love him. So much fun. And I'm a gardener. Like I talk to animals. I mean, the nature child archetype, I've got it in spades since birth. But we are seeing perhaps, little chips, dips, chains, whips, codependency, addiction, stuff going on there. So I would say if there is obsessive thinking with that, there just may be a piece of information in there that was never true. Well, we're all one. All is one. That's the big truth. There is no separation. It's called the illusion of separation, but we know how prone we are to illusions, don't we? Our fantasies and our dreams. So I know, I learned this from Macon, that when I'm on my energy up here and I'm a Virgo, I'm trying to move, right? It means my heart's not open. And that could be because of fear. That could be of trepidation, anticipation, chains of pain, right, that are holding things back. Now, on the light side of that, because no tarot card is completely positive or negative, it's all a spectrum of lead to gold. On the lighter side of this, it could be high, right? And of course, it's a challenge. You might be like, I don't know if I want to do this. Oh, that makes sense to me. I don't know if I want to do this. Oh, I want to, but I don't know if I want to do this, right? In this, as well as you could be in a time right now, as many of us are, doing shadow work, right? Major arcana may not just represent people. They can represent stages, archetypal places, right? So the major arcana, the court cards are people. The major arcana are places, symbolically speaking, and then the minor arcana are things that happen. They're temporary, as are everything, right, in this world. But you might be going through a place of facing your shadow in some ways, and certainly that addresses the lead to gold thing. But I would still keep that Four of Blades in mind. Rest, healing, allowing the nervous system to unwind and relax a little bit, maybe with some shadow work. Where are we headed if we deal with this well? Well, it depends on how you want to take this, but we've got two major arcana, and I like these two. On the inner, we've got Kali, the Awakener, the Tower card. All right, lightning hitting the tower. In traditional tarot, Rider-Waite, those little droplets are the Hebrew letter Yod, which is the finger of God. It's even an astrological aspect, and I have it in my chart. Seriously, I've got a Yod between Aries and Libra opposing each other. With the Hierophant, however, on the lower 3 chakras, we learn we learn. The thing I love about the Tower card, because again, no such thing as a purely negative thing, particularly in a general read. See, if this was a private reading, we would go in on this as much as we could for something in the future, because it's really about the present that matters. Imagine enlightenment, right? Oh, I want to be enlightened, except your illusions have to be destroyed. Deceptions, where we are now. This could all happen in a weekend or over years. That's the journey, right? Our choices, our decision, our free will. But with the Hierophant, the wounded healer Chiron, and at the time of this timeless recording, Chiron is retrograde in Aries, triggering everybody's inner child, wounded child stuff across the board. But that is saying that we can come away with this for more compassion, not just for others, but for ourselves, right? It's like, I've been there, I know. And also to know that whatever these deceptions, lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions might be, they're not going to be around for much longer, but it may not necessarily come from the outside. It might come through a lightning bolt where everything we thought was true never was, like that we're all separate from each other. We're not. There's only one of us incarnate. There's only, everybody's all Bob Marley, one love, one, all of that, and I'm there. I'm totally down for that until they get in a relationship with somebody or family member. Again, this does not have to be romantic. This could easily be family codependent issues that have been passed down biochemically, psychologically from our ancestors going back for thousands and thousands of years, and then just society itself. But I really feel like either a teacher comes along for some of us to kind of teach us how to do this. This could also be the formalization, us really saying, oh, no. Oh, no, I've got this now. Now I know the truth. At least I know my truth. Subjective, objective, eternal, universal, or otherwise. This is really interesting. 3 out of 6 cards are major arcana, so this isn't just a passing thing. This is really, really key. And and a hero's journey, it's not much of a hero's journey. It's not a very good story without demons, dragons, vampires, villains, and challenges, right? So let's get our last card down here from the Matt Kahn Healing mantra deck. Hey, crosswatchers, listen up. Here's your opportunity to take a little piece of this reading, work it for you, and holographically you will be helping all of the Pisces collective, including myself, do the same. Throat chakra, please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters override. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of true love on behalf of us Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our beloved, probably very confused crosswatchers, because we're Pisces energy, we're supposed to be confusing. Please, one card in clarity, my beloved ones. What is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful message to help us Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our crosswatchers make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions in the true love timeline, using a Matt Kahn healing mantra for us in this timeless true love timeline read. Encountering conflict. I just got this last night before I went to bed. I don't choose sides. I take a stand. I don't choose sides. I take a stand. We're going to read the bookie book from this one, but particularly in the political climate going on, at least in the United States, well, probably everywhere, whatever, this has been incredibly helpful for me. I've had this deck since it came out in 2018. I bought it off Matt Kahn's website because I wanted it that bad. It's like the first batch that came out, I got one. So let me read you this one. This is really good in relationships. I'm thinking maybe this one has a reference to codependence. A lot of them do, and that would really address that. Encountering conflicts. I don't choose sides. I take a stand. Feels a little Libra, huh? When conflict is encountered, 2 opposing viewpoints wrestle for a dominant position. It's like the arms race. Each hopes to achieve success by changing the other's viewpoint. If encountering conflict from a conscious standpoint, you may realize one of the greatest gifts you can offer is allowing others to be heard. Oprah Winfrey, she told us a while ago. confirmation, right? Just to hold space for them, right? You may not agree with their argument, but you are embracing their needs simply by choosing to listen and paying attention to what's going on inside of you and not like, piranha, right? We don't want to do that. When you listen instead of lash out, piranha, you are taking, I guess that's what that means now, you are taking a stand for love. That's how I take a stand. I don't choose sides. I take a stand for love, right? This is making the decision to anchor your higher frequencies of light through the demonstration of your ethics. And that's anchoring that tower card, right? Anchoring that. Higher frequencies of light through the demonstration of your ethics, morals, and values instead of matching unconsciousness of the unconsciousness of others with equal amounts of aggression. I'm a quarter Sicilian. Oh, the other genetic races I have are the calm people, like the Scottish, and the German, and the British, and thank God for the Canadian French in there on my mom's side, right? The Irish, oh yeah, no, you do not want to piss us off. That was a little Scottish, forgive me, but don't. I love Scots. I would eat one. So this mantra is ideal for settling arguments, unraveling passive-aggressive behavior. That's the one. And this is what this looks like. We're really good at this in my family. Oh no, do go on. Yeah, no, that's not the vibe either. And releasing the tendency to blame. To blame. Okay, so let's put this together in a blessimation, a combination of the word blessing and summation, a word we came up with over on Patreon. I think Kimberly came up with that one on Patreon. We've been using it ever since. And then we'll talk about cool stuff at the end of the video if you want to hang out for it. Cool. Please take a nice deep breath last time. Yeah, throat chakra much? Yeah. Okay, let's take a moment. When this happens during reading, I literally swallowed the wrong way. You know what I'm talking about? Woo. It means there is something stuck in our craw here. So we might be at odds right now going, let's just not deal with it, right? Pisces gig. But it's keeping us in chains. That's our part. You know, you don't have to break a link in every chain. You just need to break one. And the rest of it falls away and whatever else needs to be dealt with will be dealt with. But it looks like it's going to heal in a good way. So let's try this again. Oh, good God. Yes. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. Oh, as I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for us Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video, drawn to this reading, may we be blessed with all that we need to make the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions on the hero's journey through our relationships in this true love timeline, because we've been thinking about this, maybe taking a higher point of view and trying to be fair as we go. We're dealing with somebody with that similar or same Libra vibe there. One-on-one relationships for sure. Second chakra, one-on-one for sure. Umbilical cord vibe. Because right now we are in that Four of Swords. We may be a little blinded. We might have some clouds in the third eye, or what's the chances, that are kind of keeping us held back a little bit, or maybe a lot of it, depending on this. But may we be blessed with all that we need, because in the future comes that bolt of lightning, Kali the Awakener, which means there are some aspects of ourselves that have been dozing. Woo! A wake-up call in a way that is structured, in a way that is in stages, in a way where our own healing energies and our own wounds come together, that we become Chiron, the Hierophant, the wounded healer, and certainly the teacher of heroes, and a great hero himself. As we encounter conflict, help us remember, we don't have to choose sides. We can take a stand for love. So may we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the best that we can be, making the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions to navigate the true love timeline, so that true love conquers all, and I mean all. The true love heals all wounds, and I do mean all wounds. And true love breaks all curses, societal, ancestral, and otherwise, for our well-being, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, for the true love timeline. So let it be done. So would it be. And so it is. Tingle, 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 tingle. Thank you, Janet Grace. I love this music. I love this one. I love them all, but I love the music to this. Did you like the reading? My fishy family, my mer people. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and all of that stuff just helps other people find the reading here on YouTube, because over on Patreon, they're getting everything I make, pretty much, depending on level of subscription. They're getting all the extendeds, right? The daily check-ins and the extensive discounts and all of that. We got the 7-day free trials over there for Seeker and Human. We got a digital store, and you can follow us without actually being a subscriber. I put a lot, not as much public content, but I do put out public content there as well. I love it so much. I highly recommend it for the creative fishy family in particular, because it's good to have some support to get your work out into the world. If you want to book me for one of them, they're private sessions, because even though I'm moving, I shifted my schedule so that I could really do a reading the day of someone contacts me, or within a 24-hour juggling thing, because I am packing and moving, right, over the next month or so. But there is a link in the description box, a video here on YouTube called Booking Private Sessions with Mal Explains Everything for you. Eventually I will be doing readings out of the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs, and I have an office in my new house where I can see clients. So, you know, I'll keep people abreast on that as we go. But the video does explain everything there, and I say over and over again, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of money, ever. Because the gods would snatch away my intuitive skills overnight. I know they would. That's why, you know, I make my vows to them, not so much to people down here in the illusion of separation. I love reading people. True Love Reads, I've been doing them for so very long, because it's very empowering to know that no matter what other people are doing in the dream, what everybody else is doing in this world, we are the ones that can make wiser, more loving, more empowering decisions. So I hope this helped. Wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed. My fishy family, hang in there. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.